Rangers supporters have been closely following every twist and turn of this season, and there is plenty to unpack right now. The latest results across the league have once again shifted the mood around the title race, and while attention is already turning toward the upcoming cup action, the league table continues to create serious debate among fans. Every dropped point, every late goal, and every unexpected result is starting to carry even more weight as the campaign moves deeper into its decisive phase. One of the major talking points after the midweek fixtures was the result involving Celtic and Aberdeen. The match itself followed a familiar pattern. Celtic managed to break the deadlock and went ahead, but Aberdeen responded and managed to pull the match back level, briefly raising hopes that points might be dropped. However, those hopes did not last long. Celtic eventually found their way back in front during the second half and secured the victory, which inevitably had an impact on the standings. For Rangers supporters watching the table closely, it was not the outcome many were hoping for, but it was also a result that few genuinely expected to go the other way. With that win now recorded, the league table has taken on an even tighter shape near the top. Hearts remain in first place with 63 points, continuing a season that has surprised many observers. Celtic now sit in second with 58 points, while Rangers are just behind them with 57. Motherwell, meanwhile, are sitting in fourth place on 53 points but still have a game in hand. If they were to win that extra match, they would close the gap even further and move to within touching distance of the top three. Suddenly, the space between the leading sides becomes incredibly narrow, and every upcoming fixture begins to feel like it could swing momentum in one direction or another. Looking at it from a Rangers perspective, the frustration is easy to understand. The team has actually lost the fewest matches among the sides competing near the top of the table. Only 2 defeats all season is a statistic that would normally put a club in a commanding position in the title race. Yet the problem has not been losses. The issue has been draws. Too many matches that could have delivered 3 points have instead ended with only 1, and those results are now adding up. 12 draws across the season means valuable ground has been left behind, and when the margins between the top teams are so small, those drop points begin to stand out more and more. When supporters look back across the campaign, there are several matches where Rangers will feel they should have done more to finish the job. Turning just a handful of those draws into victories would have changed the entire picture of the league table. In fact, recovering those lost points would have Rangers sitting at the very top rather than chasing from behind. It shows just how tight this title race really is and how small the difference can be between leading the league and trying to catch up. At the moment, many observers believe Hearts are in the strongest position. Sitting at the top of the standings gives them control of the race, and that means the pressure is now on the teams behind them to keep pace. Rangers still have plenty to play for, but the path forward demands consistency. There is little room left for further slip-ups, especially with other clubs beginning to gather momentum and close the gap. Motherwell's position is another factor adding intrigue to the competition. Their game in hand could tighten the race even further, and their performances this season have shown they are capable of causing problems for any opponent. Matches against them have become increasingly significant, particularly for clubs aiming to secure a top position. If they continue collecting points, the pressure across the entire top half of the table will only intensify. Of course, the immediate focus will soon shift toward cup football, with a massive Scottish Cup clash on the horizon. Fixtures like that always bring their own energy and intensity, especially when major rivals are involved. While league form remains crucial, cup ties have the ability to change the atmosphere around a squad in an instant. A big performance can lift confidence and push a team forward heading into the final months of the season. Amid all the discussions about results and standings, there has also been a very positive development regarding Connor Barron. Before his injury earlier in the year, he had quietly become one of the most important players in the Rangers midfield. His energy, determination, and ability to break up opposition play made him a vital presence in the center of the pitch. Barron brought a relentless work rate to the side, constantly chasing the ball, winning possession, and helping the team maintain control in difficult moments. During the first half of the season, he made a significant impact, appearing in matches across multiple competitions and playing well over 1,000 minutes of football. Those performances showed just how quickly he had become an essential part of the team's structure. Losing him to injury was a blow that many supporters believe affected the balance of the midfield. His absence removed a player who could cover ground, apply pressure, and bring intensity to the game. Now, however, there are encouraging signs regarding his return. Reports coming from within the club suggest that Barron has already resumed full training after his recovery period. That alone is a major step forward. But the even bigger possibility is that he could be included in the matchday squad for the upcoming Scottish Cup encounter. While it may still be too early for him to start the match, simply having him available as an option from the bench would provide a boost for the squad. Getting Barron back into the team during the closing stretch of the season could make a noticeable difference. His presence strengthens the midfield and gives the coaching staff another reliable option when matches become physical or demanding. As Rangers prepare for a crucial run of fixtures, having players like him returning at the right moment could help restore the intensity that defined many of the team's earlier performances this season. Beyond the immediate matches, conversations have also begun turning toward the future and what the squad might look like next season. Even though the summer transfer window is still some time away, it is already clear that Rangers will likely explore opportunities to strengthen several areas of the team. The squad has shown plenty of quality, but there is a growing feeling that additional depth and competition could help push the club to an even higher level moving forward. As conversations about the future begin to surface more frequently among supporters, one area that continues to generate discussion is the attacking department. Rangers have shown moments of real quality going forward this season, but there have also been matches where the team struggled to convert opportunities into goals. When a side is chasing a title, that clinical edge in front of goal often becomes the difference between 3 points and frustration, and it is clear that the club's leadership will be assessing whether more options are needed up front. There have been encouraging performances from several forwards during the campaign. At times, the attacking unit has looked dangerous, capable of creating pressure and unsettling opposing defenses. Certain players have stepped up in important matches and shown that they can deliver when it matters. However, when the schedule becomes demanding and matches begin to pile up across different competitions, depth becomes absolutely crucial. Injuries, suspensions, or even simple fatigue can quickly stretch a squad, and that is where having additional strikers ready to contribute can make a significant impact. Another factor being considered is the tactical approach the team might adopt moving forward. In some matches, the system has relied on a single striker, while in others there have been moments where playing with two forwards looked far more effective. When two strikers operate together, they can occupy defenders, create space, and allow the midfield to push further forward. But that approach also requires enough players capable of filling those roles across an entire season. Without sufficient depth, maintaining that style consistently becomes difficult. Because of that, attention has started to turn toward potential transfer targets who could strengthen the attack in the coming months. One name that has quietly entered the conversation is Zan Vapotnik, the Slovenian striker currently playing for Swansea. Although Swansea have experienced a challenging season in the league table, Vapotnik himself has continued to deliver solid performances. Even when the team around him has struggled to find consistency, he has still managed to produce goals and contribute to the attacking play. At 23 years of age, Vapotnik represents the kind of player who still has significant room for development. He already possesses several attributes that stand out when analyzing his style of play. Standing over 6 feet tall, he offers a strong physical presence that can trouble defenders inside the penalty area. At the same time, he combines that strength with mobility and the ability to press opponents, something that modern systems increasingly demand from forwards. Another quality that makes him intriguing is his ability to use both feet effectively. In modern football, it is surprisingly rare to find strikers who feel equally comfortable finishing with either foot. Yet that versatility can make a major difference when chances appear quickly inside the box. Being able to adjust and shoot without needing to reposition the ball often allows a forward to take advantage of situations that might otherwise disappear in a fraction of a second. His statistics this season underline his importance to Swansea's attack. He is featured regularly in their starting lineup and has played a large portion of the available minutes, demonstrating that the coaching staff trust him to lead the line. Across his appearances, he has produced a steady flow of goals while also contributing assists, meaning he has been directly involved in a significant share of the team's scoring output. For a player operating in a side that has not always dominated matches, those numbers highlight his ability to find moments even when service is limited. Looking back over his career path also reveals steady progression. He developed through the youth system at Maribor before earning opportunities with the senior squad, where he began to attract attention with his goal-scoring ability. From there, he experienced a spell in France, gaining further experience and adapting to a different style of football. Eventually, his journey led him to the British game, where he now competes in one of the most physically demanding leagues outside the top division. That mixture of experiences has helped shape a striker who understands different tactical demands. He is comfortable battling with defenders, holding the ball up to bring teammates into play, and also attacking spaces behind the back line when opportunities appear. His work rate is another element that stands out, as he regularly presses defenders and forces mistakes high up the pitch. In systems that rely on aggressive pressing from the front, that type of effort becomes incredibly valuable. Of course, like any player still developing, there are areas where improvement can continue. Decision-making in certain situations, consistency across long stretches of matches, and further refinement of his movement inside the box are all aspects that could evolve as he gains more experience. Yet that is precisely what makes a player like Vapotnik interesting for clubs planning for the future. At 23, he has already shown the ability to produce goals, but he has not yet reached the peak years of his career. Financially, any potential transfer would depend on several factors. Swansea are not under immediate pressure to sell, and a player contributing regularly to their attack is naturally valuable to them. However, football transfers often depend on circumstances, and if a substantial offer arrived, negotiations could become possible. For Rangers, the level of investment available in the upcoming window may also depend on where the team finishes in the league and which European competition awaits next season. What is clear is that Rangers supporters expect the squad to keep evolving. Competing for domestic trophies while also aiming to perform strongly in Europe requires depth, quality, and internal competition for places. Strengthening the defense, reinforcing midfield options, and potentially adding new attacking players are all topics that will continue to be discussed as the season progresses. For now, though, the focus remains firmly on the matches ahead. The league table is tight, cup fixtures are approaching, and every performance carries importance. If Rangers can rediscover their sharpness and start converting more of those drawn matches into victories, the entire landscape of the title race could shift again. The margins remain incredibly small, and with several crucial games still to come, the story of this season is far from finished. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. The word doing the rounds in Glasgow Fitba circles is that Kevin Nisbet could be on the brink of pulling on the blue jersey, with strong murmurs suggesting the striker is set to become the new attacking focal point for Rangers this season. Nothing official has been said, mind, but the noise is getting louder by the hour, and folk close to the club reckon this isn't just idle chat. Sources hint that discussions have been bubbling away quietly, the sort of backroom business that only comes to light when the deal's near-baked. Nisbet's profile fits the bill: sharp movement in the box, a natural eye for space, and a hunger that fans at Ibrox have been crying out for. The feeling is that the gaffer wants a forward who can stretch defenses and finish chances without fuss, and the Scotland international ticks plenty of boxes. Supporters have already started imagining how he might slot into the side, linking up with the wide men and giving the midfield a clear target to aim for. There's talk that his experience in the league and his understanding of the demands north of the border could make the transition a smoother one than many foreign punts. In a campaign where fine margins matter, that kind of know-how is worth its weight in gold. Of course, until the scarf's held aloft and the cameras flash, it remains a rumor, albeit a tantalizing one. Still, the mood around Ibrox feels expectant, as if something's brewing behind the scenes. If this speculation proves true, the arrival of Nisbet could signal a statement of intent, a sign that Rangers are gone all in to sharpen their edge up top. For now, it's a waiting game, but in the world of Scottish Fitba, whispers like these dinny usually come from nowhere. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.